Braves, listen to Braves football right here on 100.9 KPEG.
Hi, this is Cabrillo head coach A.J. Pateras. Listen to Conquistador football right here on 100.9 KPEG.
Good evening and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight, it's the big game, the annual matchup between the Lompoc Braves and their crosstown rival, the Cabrillo Conquistadors. My name is Greg Ratcliffe, proud to once again be broadcasting live from the press box here at Houck Stadium, where the 6-3 Braves are set to take on the 0-9 Conks. Lompoc will take the field tonight after soundly defeating the San Marcos Royals last Friday by a score of 48-20. That win puts the Braves at 3-1 in Channel League play, tied for second place with Dos Pueblos, and one game back of the league-leading Santa Barbara Dons. Cabrillo is playing hard, but having a tough season as they came up short against the Dons last week, losing 53-9. That dropped them to 0-4 in league play and out of the hunt for a title this year. So tonight, even though the Conks can't win the Channel League title, they have a chance to maybe determine who will. A Cabrillo upset victory over the Lompoc Braves would take away any chance they have to share a title with Santa Barbara, regardless of what happens with DP and the Dons this evening. I had the opportunity to speak with both head coaches yesterday, and we talked about the big game rivalry and what we might expect in this year's version. Let's listen to what Coach Jones and Coach Pateras had to say.
I'm here with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Coach, you went down to San Marcos last week and knocked off the Royals 48-20. That was a nice bounce back from the week before.
Yeah, I thought we played well, sloppy early, and then kind of got on track after the first two series on offense. I thought the defense played well. Once we got up to a certain point, we, let some other guys get in there and play. But Sheldon had a good game. I thought the O-line played well. And we got to have that type of production this week. Got to get the ground game going against Cabrillo. But to have, 6 first-team all-league starters out last week, I think to beat anybody is a positive sign. So we're hopefully going to have a couple back this week ready for Cabrillo.
Well, you wrap up the Channel League season with the annual big game. It's 6-3 versus 0-9, but with the big game trophy on the line, the records don't mean a whole lot in this one.
Yeah, we've gone into this game with, a lot on the line. We've gone into this game with the stakes that where they're at this time, So, for us, it's just basically we got to stay focused. They got nothing to lose. We got a lot to lose, We've had this happen before where, they always catch the second guy, take a bunch of cheap shots, try to get in your head, and then we retaliate, and then we got a guy, sitting out for next week, So for us, we just got to stay disciplined, play our brand of football, let them do what they do, and I think we'll be all right.
So who are the players you need to keep an eye on for Cabrillo?
I think the guy that sticks out to me is the McNamee kid. He's a big body, plays on both sides of the ball, plays hard. And then defensively, Durham's always around the football, plays at a high level, never quits. I'd say those two guys are probably the most impressive on the team.
Well, without giving away any secrets, are there some special plays you've got saved for this one, or is it pretty much business as usual?
I think we always have them in the arsenal just in case we need them. If we need them, we'll use them. If not, then, we'll try to save them for the playoffs. But I think depending on the situation, down a distance, we might be able to use one or two of them if we need to.
Well, let's talk injuries. You've had several key players out. What's their status for this week and beyond?
Well, I think Oscar and Leo would probably be questionable. Oscar looked okay yesterday. Leo practiced a little bit yesterday. And then Johnny Balaam, our center, will be out this week with a sprained knee. So hopefully we can get everybody back healthy that's not out for the year.
All right, Coach. Well, as always, thanks for your time. Good luck in the big game, and we'll talk again next week as you head into the playoffs.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I'm here with Cabrillo head coach A.J. Pateras. Coach, thanks for meeting with me. I know it's a busy week. You took on the league-leading Santa Barbara Dons last Friday and came up a little bit short. And that puts you looking for your first win of the season in the last game of the season. That game, of course, is the big game against Lompoc. Are you guys fired up?
Oh yeah, you can't if you can't get up for a game like this, something's wrong with just your mindset of playing a competitive sport. So we're really excited. I think the kids are excited to play against their friends, and it's a good atmosphere, and it brings the community together. So we're excited.
All right, well, Lompoc will be favored of this one probably, but that gives you the opportunity to come up with a big upset. And does that help the motivation a bit?
Well, I think we've since we kind of were dialed into being eliminated from the playoffs, I think our kids have just said, we're going to play hard, and we're going to leave it all on the field, and we got nothing to lose. So, which makes us a little dangerous at times because you never know. You can expect the unexpected in a game like this. So that's kind of been our focus, is just prepare, put ourselves in a good situation to compete, and whoever wants it more in a game like this is usually going to get it.
Well, what are the keys for a Conks victory this time?
Well, defensively, we got to stop the run. I know Sheldon had a big game last week. Sheldon Canley, almost 250 yards, a few touchdowns. And then putting the ball in a freshman's hands is kind of ideal. Any freshman or sophomore who are playing on varsity, it's a huge growing process. So the fact that they're two key guys on offense that touch the ball almost every play, our freshman and sophomore, we want to make sure that we impact that a little bit and make them uncomfortable. Offensively, it's keeping them off balance, taking advantage of things that they have, some holes in their defense, and using our key guys as best we can in situations to be successful or to have a mismatch. So that's kind of been the focus this week in practice, and then again, special teams always trying to scheme that and find a way to attack so we can win one of all three phases. But in reality, we want to be able to win two of those three phases. That usually gives you the best opportunity to have success and win.
Well, without giving away any pregame secrets, do you have some special wrinkles you've been saving for this one?
I think everything's on the table. I think we've been doing a lot of different things over the last 3 years. Some things we've been able to use and we've had some success, or some things we've used and we just missed by a hair. But this week I think you put everything on the table. I think our seniors have worked really hard over 3 years, 4 years, me not being there their first year. And so, we're going to have some fun and roll the dice and see what happens and give ourselves an opportunity to win.
Well, with the big game trophy and crosstown pride on the line, what do you tell your guys as they take the field for this one?
Oh, it's a city championship. I mean, how many times can you tell a kid you're playing for a championship, at your last game? This is bragging rights. It's, it's been a lopsided rivalry the last few years, but it's a city championship. So these are guys that they've played with each other since they were little. They've been on the same teams in youth football. They've played basketball or baseball together. That's the beauty of the city and the beauty of the rivalry, is that everybody's so connected. You got marriages that are divided, households divided, cousins who are, so it's for us, we look at it as it's a great event, and it's another showcasing event for our community. And, we just hope that everybody that comes is very supportive of the kids, because they put so much time and effort into this thing.
Okay, well, let's take one last look at the injury report. Is everybody healthy for the big game?
I think everybody's relatively healthy. I think we got bumps and bruises here and there, as much as Lompoc might have. So, we're gonna be suiting up our guys as we have the last few weeks, with no real change in what we're doing. So, we should be okay.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for your time this season, and best of luck in the big game. We'll see you next year.
Thank you, sir.
Well, back live now at Houck Stadium, I am joined by Statmeister Mike Loney. Mike, it's the big game, the big rivalry. Records and stats go out the window for this one, but we know that anything can happen in the big game. The Braves are heavily favored in this one. Do the Conks have the firepower to pull off an upset tonight?
They do, if Lompoc lights a bunch of squibs, which, frankly, the Braves have done in the past, and they have kind of done a couple times this season. If the Braves of the first three quarters versus Rigetti show up it's going to be a long night for the Conquistadors. If the Braves of the fourth quarter against Rigetti show up, it could be a surprising night for the Cabrillo Conquistadors.
That 112-minute period way back earlier in the season has kind of haunted the Braves over the course of the year, but that's certainly not indicative of how they play.
It hasn't really stopped them from repeating it occasionally.
They have been plagued with penalties upon occasion,
and they have had stretches of not very good football on a couple of occasions this year, which have risen up to bite them. The first quarter against Santa Barbara, the fourth quarter against Rigetti, a couple of stretches here and there, and they have.
On the other side, Cabrillo has seemed to have gotten a little better every week, even though they haven't pulled out the victory yet. They've been getting there, making progress,
and they have not stopped playing hard the entire season.
Their attitude, according to Coach Pateras, is very positive, very upbeat, as you would expect from a Coach Pateras team. He is one of the most positive guys that I've ever met, frankly, and a pleasure to talk to. So is Coach Jones. I love talking to both these guys, and I appreciate them allowing me to bother them, especially in big game week. We've got captains out on the field right now for the ceremonial coin toss. Coin is in the air as we speak. And it looks like the Braves have won the toss. And what have they decided to do? They are going to receive. So the Braves will take the opening kickoff tonight. Braves in their home blues, in their traveling blues, I guess. Cabrillo in their home blacks. And we're moments away from big game 2019, Mike.
I'd like to mention a couple bits and pieces of other athletic information. On Thursday night, the Little Big game took place with the Frost-Off squads from both teams participating, and the Braves came out on top of that one, 41-8.
Lompoc Braves just took the field, Mike, as you were taking care of that.
Yeah, the Braves and the Conks played in the fifth place game for the Channel League in the tournament, in the water polo tournament, boys water polo tournament, and Cabrillo won that one 14-2. And perhaps the best news of the week comes from Cabrillo girls tennis, where Kayla King of Cabrillo is the girls singles champion.
Oh, Kayla.
In the Channel League, which when you're playing a bunch of kids from San Marcos, Santa Barbara, and DP, and San Ynez,
who, by the way, are famous for good tennis.
Yeah, famous for good tennis and famous for good tennis coaches and long-term club membership. That is an accomplishment.
Congratulations, Kayla. That's great news.
That's a big deal.
Both teams on the field now. Conquistadors came into a big cheer here from the home crowd. We, as you might expect, have a real good crowd here at Hawk Stadium this evening on a nice night for football.
In slightly different news, Mr. Araujo and the Los Angeles Galaxy went down in the conference finals to the LA Football Club. So
we have an opening kick by the Cabrillo Conquistadors. It's an onside kick attempt. So we talked about trickeration. Yep. There was one. Goes out of bounds, however. That will draw the flag. But now we know what kind of things to expect this evening as the Conquistadors open the game with a failed onside kick.
It's expected to, whatever we see tonight, expected to be wrapped up in the kitchen sink. They're definitely going.
The Braves are going to have the Conks re-kick, which is their option.
From 5 yards further back.
We have a DJ on the field tonight for your listening enjoyment. Well, okay, they are going to change their mind, and the Braves are going to take over possession where the ball went out of bounds, which is on the Cabrillo side of the 50 at the Conquistador 41. So that's where the Lompoc Braves will start. 1st and 10, and the first possession of the night. High formation. Kevin Ross fakes the handoff, going deep down the middle on the first play of the night. He's got Ryan Morgan at the 10. Touchdown, Braves.
Oh, well, that was quick. Used a whole 7 seconds.
Well, the Braves come out swinging on the first play of the night. Deep ball from Kevin Ross to Ryan Morgan. And as Mike said, 7 seconds into the game, the Braves lead 6-0. So if this is any indication of what we're going to see tonight, look out.
Yep.
Onside kicks and long bombs down the middle. Point after coming up. Anguiano puts this one up, and good. So with 11 minutes, 53 seconds left here in the first quarter, just underway here at Hawk Stadium, our score is already Lompoc Braves 7 and the Cabrillo Conquistadors nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Well, we have a moment. Let's thank one of our sponsors for this evening, our good friend Kim and the gang over at Tom's Burgers. Thank you so much, Kim, for being a part of our broadcast season all year long. Appreciate you being on board, supporting local sports and local hometown radio. Tom's Burgers.
It was just over there today.
So the Braves will get set to kick off after a very, very quick start. Guillory back deep for the Conquistadors, along with Hunter Barthel and Chris Flores. Although Anguiano set to kick off for the Braves, I wouldn't expect an onside kick here.
No.
Kick is away. Line drive kick, fielded by Barthel at the 3. Gets it out to the inside hash, gets a little block, gets a little bit of room, and gets out to the 28-yard line before he's tackled by the ankle.
He had a lane and a little bit of a sliver of space.
I think that was Joker Dickerson got him by the ankle going on the way by. So the Conks will take over for their first possession of the night. 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Cabrillo will come out with one wide receiver to the left, one here to the right. Ramos from the shotgun. Double pass to start things off. Flag is down. The pass is complete at midfield, caught by Cade McNamee.
Yeah.
But a penalty flag is down at the 43-yard line. Trickeration abounds here already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what the flag is about. The play is good out to the 48 if it holds. Waiting for the signal. It's going to be against the Conks. Ineligible man downfield for the Conquistadors, and that's going to wipe away a big gain of about 20. And then they'll back it up to the 15-yard line. So what would have been a first down around midfield is now a first down and about 24. And another flag is this play gets blown dead before it starts. This would be a false start against the Conks.
And the Conks have definitely been engaged in our least favorite offensive play, which is
retrograde motion times 2. If there's any good news about it at all, it's still a first down. But now it's 1st and 29. The ball at the Cabrillo with 10. 3 receivers left. Ramos from the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Robeson will get the carry and will go on the left and out to about the 13-yard line for a gain of 3. Second down now. And about 26. Need to get out to the 39. And an official timeout on the field. Would be an equipment problem of some sort. Oh, we're back to good.
They're sending somebody outside here. Checking.
Ramos rolling. Takes it back inside. Gets hit hard at the 15 and down at the 17-yard line. Gain of about 4 on that one for Ramos. It'll be a third down and long for the Conquistadors. 10.5 left here in the first quarter. It's a 7-0 Braves lead as they scored on their first offensive play of the night.
Their only offensive play.
Yeah, so far.
So far, their offensive efficiency is pretty darn good.
4 receiver set for the Conks. 3 left. 1 right. Ramos from the shotgun. Looks to pass. Screen pass complete on the far side. Tackled at about the 22-yard line. Tony Bonnick on the catch. It'll be 4th down and a whole bunch of yards left for the Conquistadors, and they will bring out the punting unit. The ball at the Cabrillo 22 now. Back deep for the Braves, standing at midfield is Joker Dickerson.
Dickerson right at the 15.
Good snap. Kick is away. Not terribly long. Angle to the far side. And goes out of bounds.
Right around the 49-yard line of the Braves. They may walk it back a little further.
See where they end up.
Mm-hmm. They're going to
looks closer to the 40.
Add some distance.
Oh, my goodness. They blocked it all the way back to the 37.
Ooh, goodness.
So the Braves will be working with another very short field here in their second possession of the night. First and 10 Braves from the Cabrillo 36 is where they'll finally put it down.
Nine minutes and 26 seconds.
Let's see if the Braves can keep up their pace. 2 receivers left, 1 up top. Ross from the shotgun. They'll go to the ground game this time. Canley gets inside the 30 to the 25. Sheldon Canley with his usual big burst of speed off of the left tackle this time gets down to the 24. And that's enough for a first down for the Braves.
And he's had a really good last few games for the Braves.
Now, with Coleman being out, Canley has actually taken over the rushing lead for the Lompoc Braves with 645 yards coming into the night for Sheldon.
Most of that in the last 3 games.
Yeah. Back to the ground they go. Canley again. Breaks a tackle at the 20, cuts it to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Braves. Sheldon Canley from 24 yards away, and all of a sudden it's 13-0 Braves with the point after coming up. 8:54 on the first quarter clock, and it's 13-0 Lompoc, and they will try the point after. Good snap. Kick is away. It looks good to me. The officials like it? Yes, they do. 8:54 on the first quarter clock. It's Lompoc 14, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Another one of our sponsors tonight, our good friend Box Shop Bob over at the Box Shop. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate your support tonight and all season long. The Box Shop, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
Hope you can hear the great music that we're hearing over our ambient mic. I'm very fortunate to have a mic on the roof and a mic to my right. So,
he's trapped. He's surrounded.
okay, so the Braves will kick off once again. This is a nice high end over end kick, fielded right at the goal line, steps into the end zone for the touchback. That's Hunter Barthel. That'll bring it out to the 20 for the Conquistadors. First and 10 from there with 8:54 left here in the first. Braves out to an early 14-0 lead.
You're listening to Lompoc Valley Football on KPEG 100.9
and at KPEGradio.com. Tell your friends out of the area they can catch it on the web at KPEGradio.com. Two receivers wide, one to either side for the Conks. Ramos under center. Braves showing blitz. Now we have a flag.
Yeah, Braves showing toes over the line, I believe.
Well, they're going to get Cabrillo for a false start. Somebody flinched. Move it back to the 15. It'll be first and 15 from there. Braves, Cabrillo positive yardage and penalty yardage probably about equal right now.
Yeah, I think the Braves positive yardage.
Handoff to the deep back, and they quickly stopped. Braves are saying the ball came loose, and it did. Fumble in the backfield, and the Braves have got it. Oh my gosh. Braves over the loose ball at the 13-yard line, and they'll take over first and 10 from there. And nothing going right for the Conquistadors so far tonight.
Yep, that was Anthony Arias, defensive lineman, number 27. You're an old-timer, dinosaur like me. Guy wearing 27 playing D-line is a little bit weird, but
little pitch. Gavin Towns has got it, sweeping right, and gets inside the 10 to about the 8 or so, maybe the 7. It'll be second down and about 4 for Lompoc from the Cabrillo 7-yard line. Clock ticking inside 8.5 left here in the first quarter. Braves leading early 14-0 and threatening to add to that one as well. Kevin Ross at quarterback for the Braves, working from the pistol. Canley in the backfield with him. Ross back to pass, looking to the end zone. This one will be overthrown at the back pylon and incomplete. Looks like Towns, the intended receiver. Incomplete pass will bring up third down, 3rd and 4 from the 7. 8 minutes and 1 second left here in the first quarter. Braves knocking on the door again after scoring very quickly on their first 2 possessions of the night. Trying to go 3 for 3. Towns in motion again. Kevin Ross fakes the handoff up the middle and keeps it himself and gets wrapped up in the backfield for a loss.
Durham in on the stop.
Patrick Durham, one of the big names on that Conquistador team, comes up with the sack, and it'll be 4th down and 8 for the Braves after a loss back to the 12. We've got the 11, 4th and 8 from the 11, and the Braves are keeping the offense on the field.
First negative play for the Braves, and the Braves have yet to run a play in their own territory.
4 receiver set for the Braves. And whistles. Looks like we have a timeout on the field called by
The Braves.
the Braves. It's their first. Stops the clock with 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's 14-0. The Braves on top. While we have a moment, let's tell you about some things going on around the Lompoc Valley. Coming up for Veterans Day, not on Veterans Day, but on Saturday the 11th. I'd like to go down to the Lompoc Elks Lodge there on East Ocean Avenue. From 11 to 3, they're having a little thing called Honoring All Those Who Served. It's a luncheon, a free luncheon for vets. If you're a vet, go down to the Elks Lodge and have a free pulled pork sandwich. If you're not a vet and you just want to help honor them, you can get one for $5. Honoring All Those Who Served. Veterans free lunch, 11 to 3 on Saturday the 11th at the Elks Lodge. Always count on the Elks to be doing something good. Passing into the end zone on 4th down. It is incomplete. And the Braves will come up empty on 4th down. Cabrillo does the job defensively with the stop. And the score stays 14-0, and Cabrillo will take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. So the defense came up with the stop. Let's see if the offense can take advantage. Cabrillo offense will come back out on the field.
With 7:05 on the first quarter clock.
Zach Ramos out to call the signals.
4th possession for those two.
One receiver to the near high side, and we'll go a draw play right up the middle.
And that drew a bunch of attention.
And drew a bunch of blue shirts is what it did out to the 15, however. Gain of about 4, maybe 3. Patrick Durham on the carry, they say. Massive humanity there.
In there at fullback.
2nd down and 6.
I'm not sure I'd want to try and tackle him.
No, I don't really. One receiver here to the near side. Ramos under center, under pressure, dumps this one off. That's a backward pass. It's loose in the backfield. Who's got it? There's a pileup over there.
And appears we have a quick change situation. The Braves defense headed for the sidelines, and now so is the Cabrillo offense.
So another fumble by the Cabrillo offense, taken advantage of by Lompoc. And they'll take over 1st and goal at the Cabrillo 8. Nothing going right for the Conks tonight so far. 3 receivers left for the Braves. Draw play up the middle. Canley, he's going to walk in. Touchdown, Braves. Spread out the defense, take it up the gut, and there was nobody left inside. And all of a sudden, it's 20-0 with the point after coming up. Not quite halfway through the first quarter. And it's 20-0. Here comes the PAT from Mr. Anguiano.
And it could be worse.
Waldo set to kick. Bradley Waite with the hold. Looks good to me. And again, the officials like my call. 6:12 remaining here in the first quarter. It's Lompoc 21, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
100.9.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy B is back at the studio tonight, manning her usual spot there at the KPEG web stream. And we are so glad you could join us tonight, either here at 100.9 FM or at kpegradio.com. Thank you for tuning in tonight to the Big Game 2019. I want to thank Branson's Embroidery for being with us tonight as well. Thank you so much to Mark and Beth Branson for joining our broadcast team this year. We appreciate your support of local radio and local sports. Branson's Embroidery and Gifts. Anguiano with a nice high end-over-end kick. Fielded at the 1 by Hunter Barthel. Tries to get down the near hash mark and gets down to about the 24 before he's wrapped up and brought down. Return of about 24 yards. And that's where the Conquistadors will take over, 1st and 10 with 6:06 left here in the first. The Conquistadors really need to get something going here. 2 receivers up top. Ramos, hands off. Ooh. Back to the line of scrimmage, perhaps.
That was
Lambrana on the carry.
That was one you calculate the size of the hit by using the Richter scale.
Did not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11. Yeah, that was a mighty wallop. One wide to either side. Ramos from under center. Throws complete. And hit hard at the 30-yard line. That was Trey Robeson on the catch and run. We'll put it out to the 30, and it'll be 3rd down and about 4 for the Conks. We should note, if you listen to Coach Jones in the pregame interview about talking about Leandre Coleman, he is actually playing tonight with a big wrap on his right hand, playing defense. I don't think we'll see him on offense, but he is playing linebacker tonight. The good news for Braves fans and for Leandre Coleman himself, his hand is not broken. Just a
big knot.
Big hematoma. X-rays were negative, so
try a draw play up the middle, and
a big pile of humanity at the 30. That one went nowhere.
I'm not sure, was that Umbrano again? It was a small guy wearing a black uniform covered in a bunch of blue.
Yes, it's a little hard to tell.
And it happened very, very quickly.
No gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 4 in a punting situation for the Conks. Luis Ornelas back to punt from his own 15. Joker Dickerson standing at his own 45, looking to receive. And a timeout called by the Conquistadors. Stops the clock with 4 minutes, 13 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Each side used the timeout.
21-0 is our score. Lompoc leading the Conquistadors. Something else is coming up that you might need to be aware of if you frequent City Hall like I do. They're going to start the demolition of the old pool next week, actually. Starting on Wednesday the 6th, they're going to start preliminary demo of that. It's going to take quite some time, and part of the parking lot will be roped off. So if you park down there, plan on parking somewhere else, because they're going to start tearing down the pool from this next week, so be aware of that.
Be turning it into a big hole in the ground.
Yes. Then we'll have more parking, I guess. So back to football. It's 4th and 4 for the Conks.
Mission Prep beating Campbell Hall 35-14. Templeton up 7-0 on the Pomo.
You mean there's other games going on?
Allegedly.
Cabrillo to the punt.
Paso up 13-7 on Atascadero.
Nice kick fielded by Dickerson at the 40 and tackled immediately. Nice coverage there by the Conquistadors.
Very nice coverage.
Cade McNamee down there in a hurry, among others. So the Braves will take over for the first time tonight on their own side of the 50. On their 40 to be precise, with 4:05 left here in the first. Lompoc leading 21-0.
Their fifth possession. 4:05, yeah.
Braves have scored on 3 of their first 4 possessions.
Mm-hmm.
3 receivers for the Braves.
Did not have to go far to get there.
A little more distant this time. Ball is loose after a low snap. But Calvin Ross manages to pick it up, throw a dart over there to the far side. Falls incomplete, however. So the Braves dodge a little disaster of their own there on the low snap. And if we understood Coach Jones correctly, we might have a new man snapping the ball this evening. So that could be an issue for the Braves. Again, good snap this time. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw out here to the near side, complete. Bradley Waits got it. He gets across midfield down into Cabrillo territory to the 45.
Picked up 15.
Bradley Waite, backup quarterback, as well as receiver. 6 foot, 170-pound junior. He'll be back for another year.
A lot of these Braves will be there. It's officially his first catch of the year. And he's thrown a few passes.
Good enough for a first down at the Cabrillo 45. Morgan in motion. He'll take the little flip and try and get to the far corner. He's got some speed to do it. Gets to the edge and gets inside the 30, about 40 to about the 30. Where we got? And flags coming up late. Looks like Morgan got down to about the 36. But a flag about 15 yards downfield away from the play. Let's see what this one is. Holding Braves. That's the flag at the 40. Another flag way back down here at the 25 that they're discussing. I don't know if that was the same penalty or not. We will wait to find out. Holding Braves declined. Okay, so
2 holding penalties.
So wipe out the gain and move the ball all the way back to the Braves' 35-yard line. My goodness. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's first down and 30. Is that right?
Yeah, that's where they're putting it in.
Wow. Had to break out the abacus for that one. 4 receivers for the Braves. Calvin Ross looking to pass. Going deep down the far sideline, and it is just off the hands and incomplete. That Kylan Daniels on the receiving end of that. He took a shot at the end of it and is still down on the sideline. No penalty flag on the play. It was shoved in the back after the incompletion, went down hard, and is down on the sideline at the 20-yard line. Being tended to by staff. Clock stopped with 3:21 remaining here in the first. It's a 21-0 Lompoc lead. And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Braves from their own 35. They need to get all the way down to the Cabrillo 35 for a first down.
2nd and 20.
4 receivers again. Quick pass complete out here to the near side. Got a couple of blockers. Makes a juke at midfield and down at the Cabrillo 48. That was Gavin Towns on the catch and runs. Nice little screen pass. Kylan Daniels still being attended to. He is off the playing field, off the playing surface, about a few yards off the sideline, so that's why play can't continue. It's 3rd down now and 14 for the Braves, just across midfield to the Cabrillo 49. Four receivers again. Ross throws the other side, complete to Towns again. Same play on the other side. He breaks a tackle inside the 30, on his way to the 20, and tugs. Somebody's got him by the jersey, and finally they're going to wrap him up inside the 10 at about the 5. Gavin Towns did not want to go down. All the way down to the 3. Goes Gavin Towns. First and goal, Braves. Position they are getting used to tonight. Coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Lompoc up 21-0 and threatening to add some more. Pleased to see that Kylan Daniels is up and on bench for the Braves. First and goal, Lompoc. Ross from the shotgun. Little pitch on the sweep to Towns. Breaks a tackle. Tries to turn it upfield. Still on his feet. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's probably about it. And another flag comes out after the play. Things are getting a little chippy out there. I know this is a rivalry game, but come on, guys. Let's play nice. Flag back at the 22. And personal foul, Cabrillo. Personal foul, Lompoc. Offsetting fouls. And we have a Cabrillo Conquistador injury as well. Player down at about the 7. Clock stop with 1:44 left in the first. See if we can find out who this is. That is Patrick Durham, number 54.
Ooh, that would be a huge loss.
Being attended to by staff. 1:44 left here on the first quarter clock. It's 21-0. Lompoc leads here in big game 2019. We have an injury timeout. Greg Ratcliffe here along with Mike Boney, Judy Baker back at the studio. Happy to be with you tonight here on our final regular season game of the year. We will be back on the air 1 week from tonight. The location to be determined.
Yeah.
Against an opponent to be determined, as the Braves will dive into Division 5 playoffs.
More than likely somewhere far, far away against someone really, really big.
The galaxy far, far away, yes.
Yeah.
I know the Braves would love to see you. If we end up on the road next week, they'd love to see you make the trip. But if you can't do it, stay home and listen to it at KPEG. We'll be there for you.
Yeah.
Patrick Durham being assisted off the field, walking a little gingerly, but mostly on his own. So that's very good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned to KPEG Monday. The playoff brackets will be announced by CAF on Sunday. We will tell you as soon as we know and let you know where we'll be. Second down and goal for the Braves from the 3-yard line.
The chances of us being on the road are really, really high.
Ross, little pass, complete. That is Adam Lazaro all by himself. Touchdown, Braves. So it's 27-0 with a point after coming up. Talk a little more about the playoffs as the night goes on. Right now, we'll watch Aldo Anguiano come out on the field for another point after. 3 for 3 is Aldo tonight. Make it 4 for 4. 1 minute, 32 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The Braves on a roll. It's Lompoc 28, Cabrillo nothing.
And considering the fact Aldo wasn't expected to be the guy as the kicker, he's done very, very well this year.
He is the man. Yeah.
He has become the guy.
Yep. 28-0, Lompoc on top. You're listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
109, Lompoc, California.
And we'll tell you about our good friend Rick Frederick of Frederick Quality Plumbing. Can always count on Rick and his wife Lisa to be part of our broadcast team every single year for the last 24 consecutive years. Thank you so much, Frederick Quality Plumbing. You guys are the best.
And although drills another one deep.
Bobbled at the 5, it picked up and returned across the 20 to about the 23. I think that was Hunter Barthel again on the return. Looks like they'll put it at the 24. That's where they will start. They being the Conquistadors, 1st and 10 from their own 24 with 1:27 left on the first quarter clock.
And I don't know how much attention people were paying. We had the recently completed World Series where all 7 games were won by the road team. Oh,
Ramos with a deep throw to McNamee at the 50-yard line if I'm incomplete.
McNamee definitely made a move for that one and came up just a little bit short.
Well defended by the Braves. I think that was Joe Schumer back there. Yep, that was Joe. Incomplete pass brings up. Nope. We have a penalty on the play. I have not seen the signal yet, but they moved the ball out to the 39-yard line. Moved the change as well. It's first down Cabrillo from there. That means that was a
defensive hold, by the way.
Cost him 15 yards. Ramos back to pass. Good protection. Now breaking down. Throws this one up the middle. Intercepted by Joe Schumer at the 45. He's running down the far sideline. One man to beat. Jukes him. And finally gets inside the 10. Still on his feet to the 5. And inside the 5-yard line goes Joe Schumer. Looks he got down to about the 1. And we got a flag down at the 35. A flag down at the 35, and it looks like this one return is going to come back. I think they should be on the return. The interception should stand. And we'll wait for the report. We've had quite a few penalties already this evening.
Far too many.
Mark the penalty at the 35 and mark it off from there. Back to the 50. It was an illegal block in the back, if I saw it correctly. Move the ball back right at midfield. I'm going to call that the Lompoc 50. So the interception stands as we suspected. The return gets wiped out. Braves will take over 1st and 10 at midfield. 1:04 left in the first quarter. Pass to Ryan Morgan. Hit him right in the hands and he dropped it.
Bad spot.
That's one of those when you started to turn around and run before you finish catching the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what happens. The ball ends up on the ground.
Left the back half of the ball right where it was.
2nd and 10 from the 50. 1 minute exactly remaining here in the first quarter. 28-0 Braves. 3 receivers for Lompoc. 1 man in motion. That's number 9. He's got the shovel pass, breaks 2 tackles, and gets into the center of the field. And there goes Christian Duarte Tenario. Touchdown, Lompoc. And that goes as a 50-yard touchdown pass by Kevin Ross to Christian Duarte Tenario, and it's 34-0 with the PAT coming up. It's one of those passes that goes about 6 inches in the air, and then you run it for 50. So Mogiano set to kick once again. Another beautiful looking kick. Straight up and through. So with 50.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter,
It's 35-0.
the route is on. Lompoc 35, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
And I have a sneaking suspicion, Greg, that the second half of this game, if not the second quarter, will be on fast forward.
It's possible we might have a running clock scenario. We are eligible for it right now. And here comes our DJ friend. Hope we can enjoy the little Queen music in the background. Trying to get things motivated here. Stands continuing to fill up here at Hawk Stadium tonight. The visitor side on Lompoc is pretty much slammed full.
Yeah.
And pretty much the same thing on the home side as well. Anguiano with the kick. Puts this one about 6 yards deep into the end zone, and that will be another touchback. Aldo got all of that. So Cabrillo will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They've got 50.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Remember, running clocks have to be agreed to by both coaches.
In the first half.
In the fourth quarter, it is a discretion of the officials. So, Cabrillo with 2 receivers to either side. Ramos back to pass, pumps once, gets hit hard as he throws, and the ball falls incomplete out of bounds.
That would like your tee shot, Greg.
Ronak, the intended receiver, that one went flying over his head as Ramos took a vicious shot as he got rid of that one. Zach seems to be okay, up and ready for the next play at 2nd and 10. James Mayfield comes out for the Conquistadors. 2 wides, one to either side. Ramos under center this time.
Lucky to get that previous one back.
Hand off to Lombrano. He gets out to about the 25, does JJ.
Nice pickup.
5 yards for Lombrano. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Conks. From the 25, clock running within inside 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And Cabrillo in no hurry here. It looks like they may just let this first quarter clock run out before they try and snap the ball. Because they're not even heading towards the line of scrimmage at this point. Now they got to head to the sideline. Yep. 12 minutes in the books here at Big Game 2019. And it's been all Lompoc so far. Our first one-quarter score, Lompoc 35, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
100.9.
I want to thank another one of our sponsors tonight, our good friends at the Surf Connection. Thank you, Robin. Know we can always count on you for your help and support. The Surf Connection with us tonight and all season long. We've got some shout-outs to do this evening as well. Got to say hi to Mary and Izzy and Mikey. Listening up there among the fir trees. Hi, guys.
We've got
scores from around the league in the Central Coast.
Scores from around the league in the Central Coast. Paso up on Atascadero, 20-7. Templeton leading the Pomo, 7-6. Santa Maria, Pioneer Valley, listed as scoreless. St. Joe up 7-0 on Rigetti. Coral Bay and San Luis Obispo, no score listed, which would be surprising. San Marcos and San Ynez and Santa Barbara and BP were scoreless.
Little screen pass out here to the near side intended for Hunter Barthel. Dickerson right there almost picked that one off. Couldn't quite get it. It'll be 4th down after the incompletion. 4th and 5 from the Cabrillo 25. And Cabrillo will be forced to punt this one away again. Luis Ornelas back to kick, this time from about his 10-yard line.
At least in punt formation. With Dickerson back for the Braves at just on the Braves side.
And it's a fake, a snap to the up man. And it's going to go nowhere in a hurry. So all the tricks are out tonight. Direct snap to Trey Robeson on the fake punt. And the Braves were ready for that when Robeson goes down at the 20 for a loss of 5 on the play. And the Braves will take over on downs, 1st and 10 at that point. 1st and 10, Lompoc from the Cabrillo 20. Lompoc already up 35-0. Now they've got a really short field to work with again. Braves back on offense. We've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side, 1 in the slot.
Morgan in the slot.
Ross takes a shotgun snap, tucks it away, keeps it himself, and he's going to go down for a loss of about 5. Gavin Ross down at the 25 for a loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Burdura on the stop.
4 receivers set for the Braves. High snap. Ross brings it down, however. Hands it off to Canley. And he'll get inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. So they get the loss back, plus a couple. It will be 3rd and 8 for the Braves from the 18. And to get down to the 10, clock running. 10:55 remaining here in the second quarter. It's 35-0 Lompoc.
And I think one thing we can be assured we will not see here in the next few minutes is a Lompoc punt.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. 3 receivers here to the near side. Left side is open. Now they'll send Canley out there wide left. Ross by himself in the backfield throws this one into the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Bradley Waite right there at the goal line.
Had a shot at it.
A little long on that one. It'll be 4th down and 8 for the Braves. Now the only question is, do they keep up the offense or do they bring in Aldo for a field goal? And I don't see any sign of number 4. So the Braves will go for it on 4th and 8.
Don't want to wear Aldo out too much.
4 receiver set. Ross looking to pass, looks right, throws incomplete, but a flag is going to come down at the 5 as Gavin Towns on the defender got tangled up. Towns was laying on the grass when that pass came through. So one would expect to see a pass interference call here, and that is indeed what we've got against the Conquistadors. So they're going to move the ball to the 10, just inside the 10, and that should be enough for a 1st down, Mike. So a costly pass interference penalty against the Conquistadors gives the Braves a 1st down just inside the 10.
And we should note, Greg, the clock has stopped with 10:22. So we are not yet at a running clock.
Towns under the center, I formation for Lompoc. Gives it to the deep back. That's Canley. Powers straight up the middle. Still on his feet. Gets inside the 5 to about the 3.
And he does not run like a sophomore.
He has really been coming of age, if you will, in his last half of this season. And he is going to be a good one.
Pick up a 5.
2nd and goal. The ball now at the 3 or 4. Ross from the shotgun. Towns in motion. Towns will get it on this little shovel. Cuts it inside to the goal line. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown, Braves.
And there was just superb blocking over there on the left side. Everybody just got chopped off, and there was unless Towns tripped over the turf monster and a couple of his friends, there was no way he was going to get in.
9:39 left here in the second. Is 41-0 with the point after coming up. Kick is away. Maguiano puts it through the uprights once again. So our score with 9:39 left here in quarter number 2 is Lompoc 42, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com on the web.
100.9.
Quick shout out to our good buddy Rich, listening back home. Kathy's probably there too, enjoying the game. Thanks, guys. Rich needs a nice, relaxing evening. So the Braves.
I'd like to say thanks to Ed, who helped me out today. He's probably home relaxing too, after putting in 14 and a half hours today.
Aldo Anguiano set the kick and does so. Line drive kick fielded on the run at the 5. That's Barthel. Gets out to the 20, to the 25, and down to about the 27. So Hunter goes down. And it's good to see Patrick Durham over here on the sideline doing some stretches and runs. So it looks like he is okay. First down for the Conquistadors from their own 27-yard line with 9:33 left here in the second quarter. Lompoc leads 42-0.
With a good chance of pulling this one up.
Well, it would be the comeback of the century.
Yeah.
Also good to see is Oscar Tenario out playing defense for the Braves, so he is active as well. There's a big question about whether Oscar would be able to play tonight.
I have a feeling that the big question was, did they have anybody on the sideline that could keep Oscar from playing tonight? About a 2-yard loss on the play.
Back to the 25 we go. It'll be 2nd and 12. Michael Guillory in for the Conks. As Trey Robertson comes out.
Braves in their standard 3-3-5 package.
One receiver wide to either side for the Conks. Ramos looks to pass. Throws this one incomplete into the Lompoc bench. Guillory, the intended receiver, I believe, on that one. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 12 from the Cabrillo 25. Taking a look at the Channel League standings coming into tonight, Santa Barbara on top at 4-0. Lompoc and Dos Pueblos tied for second at 3-1, followed by San Marcos and San Ynez at 1-3, and rounding out with Cabrillo at 0-4. from the shotgun. Ramos lets this one go deep and overthrows, incomplete. Hunter Barthel, the intended receiver. Covered back there by Tyler Rounds for the Braves.
Yeah.
And it will be 4th and 12 and another punting situation for Cabrillo. Last time they were in this lineup, they tried a little trickery. Came up empty. I think the Braves were understanding that everything but the kitchen sink might be thrown at them tonight. Maybe even the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
So they were ready for that.
Maybe even the dishwater.
Kick is away. Fielded by the 43 by Dickerson.
And he's
near far sideline, makes it juke back to the inside, racing down to the 15 to the 10, and Dickerson falls into the end zone backwards, and that's going to drive a flag.
Yeah, that's going to draw a couple of them.
We got a flag back at the 50. Joker Dickerson is going to get the unsportsmanlike for falling back first into the end zone. But this one may come back anyway because there's a penalty flag back at the 48 in the area where you would see a hold or a block of some sort. And we'll wait for the call. Yes, illegal block in the back against the Braves. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Braves. And I can imagine Coach Jones and a few other coaches are going to have something to say to Mr. Dickerson about showboating.
Indeed.
He stopped at the one, turned around, and then fell backwards with his arms spread. And that'll get you an unsportsmanlike flag every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how many of these yards are going to march off.
And justifiably so.
They're at the 48, and they're going to start marching. Are they going to mark them both off? I believe they are.
Yeah, well, the illegal block in the back was a live play penalty, and
then the dead ball, huh? So both penalties will be enforced. So what was a touchdown for the Braves is now a first down for Lompoc, way back at their own 27-yard line. So if you want to think of it that way, that was a 73-yard penalty.
With 8:11 to go here in a second.
That penalty cost them 73 yards and 6 points. 42-0 is our score. Lompoc leads. As Mike said, 8:17 remaining here in the second quarter. Lompoc will take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. And as soon as we get back to business here and the officials say we can play, and it looks like we can. Okay. Draw play to Canley. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Gets to the corner, takes a big hit, but gets out to about the 33.
That was an impressive run.
Ronick on the tackle, I believe, for the Cogs. Put it out to the 32. Gain of about 5 for Canley and the Braves. It'll be 2nd and 5. Large airplane left on the clock. 7:47 here in the second. 3 receivers set for the Braves. 2 wides, 1 in the slot. Back to the ground we go. Sheldon Canley is spinning his way across the 40 to about the 41.
And to tell you, the turnover rate of his feet is kind of has to be seen to be believed.
They do move.
Incredibly quick feet.
Well, he does come from a good pedigree as far as running backs is concerned. 1st and 10 Braves from their own 41. Ross throwing deep down the near side, looking for Daniels. He's got it complete at the 25, and sprinting to the end zone. Touchdown, Kylan Daniels.
Good to see Daniels up and about.
Indeed. Last time we mentioned him, he was in pain on the far sideline. Now he's dancing in the end zone. Touchdown, Braves. So that was a 59-yard touchdown pass for Calvin Ross. Ross racking up some impressive numbers tonight.
Yeah, and he just dropped that one in there.
Well placed, you betcha. 48-0. Here comes the PAT. Wait with the hold. Good snap. Another Aviano kick is up and good. 7:04 left until halftime in Big Game 2019, and it's Lompoc 49, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
It's been a while since the Braves basically hung half 100 on somebody in a half.
Well, they're close to it. Remember the days when it was rather commonplace, actually.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Quick shout to our good friend Jess, one of an avid KPEG listener. Listens to just about everything I do, and a big fan of new tracks and the music we play. Thank you, Jess, for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the game. End over end kick fielded at the 2-yard line. Hunter Barthel bringing it right up the middle. Got a little bit of room and gets out across the 30 to the 32. Goes Hunter Barthel. And another penalty flag coming in. See what this one's about.
Yeah,
Eagle use of the hands underhand?
yeah.
Against the Braves. So that'll march off some positive yardage for the Conks. They'll move it up to the 43. That's where the Conks will take over 1st and 10 with 6:56 remaining here in the second quarter. It's a 49-0 Lompoc lead here in the big game.
Well, let's see. Well, we got around the area. Diplomo and Jalen Tiffleton, 6-14. Brigetti and St. Joseph are tied at 7.
Back here, we have a quick run up the middle for a couple of yards.
Pioneer Valley is up 6-0 on Santa Maria.
Lambrana on that last carry picked up 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now that St. Joe Brigetti game going on is another rivalry action, right?
Yep. Paso Pescadero. Paso is up 27-7. GP and Santa Barbara are tied at 7. St. Louis is up 22-7 on Morro Bay. And San Ynez is leading San Marcos 21-14.
2nd and 9 Conks. Big hit after a completion to Trey Robeson. I think that third down and 13 for the Conquistadors from their own 40-yard line. Ramos from the shotgun, looks to pass. Going deep down the middle. McNamee tripped up and falls down. The intended receiver incomplete.
And there was still no one within 5 yards of that ball when it hit the ground. That was flood the zone, and we're going to chuck it down there and see what happens.
Bunch of Braves out there, Tyler Rounds included. And it'll be 4th down for the Conks. 4th and 13 from the 40, and they will bring out the punt team once again. Luis Ornelas back to kick. Seville Joker Dickerson back to receive. Dickerson back at his own 30.
I presume that he has heard some words about not getting penalties.
Braves went for the block, force a real high short kick. It'll bounce and be down at the Cabrillo 45-yard line.
I think that was Robeson that got up to get that one just before Dickerson got there.
So another possession for the Braves, starting on the Cabrillo side of the 50-yard line, this time on the 44. After the Braves pressure forced a very short kick. So the Braves back on offense. Kevin Ross will come out. Cannelly will join him in the backfield.
503.
Cannelly gets the carry. Powers his way right up the middle inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line goes Sheldon Cannelly. Gain of about 7. Call it 2nd and 3 for the Braves. Inside 5 minutes remaining here until halftime. It's 49-0. The Braves on top. All Lompoc on the opening kick. 2 receivers to the top, 1 here to the near side for the Braves. Ross, quick throw. Complete to number 9. That's Christian Duarte Tenorio. And he'll get down to about the 25-yard line. Where he's knocked out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 4:18 left here in the second quarter and move the chains for the Braves as they'll have a 1st and 10 from the Conquistador 25. Three receivers now for the Braves, all to the left. Ball on the right hash. Ross, draw. That's 26. Rounds.
Oh, no, Rounds.
Rounds will get down to about the 15. A little confusion on the change here. Wait, what are they doing here?
They're saying it's just short.
How did it little throw out to the left complete? I don't know how he caught that. Is this a fumble? Oh my gosh, the Conquistadors have got the loose ball, and it's a fumble recovery at the 8. There was some serious confusion with the chains over there. They had made a 1st down, but the chains were going in the other direction. Now the ball's actually going to go the other direction. And now we have a confirmation of the turnover. 1st down, Cabrillo at their own 9. Well, that was just really, really strange.
3:54.
So we'll turn around and go the other way with the Cabrillo Conquistadors having the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. 3:54 remaining until halftime. So 49-0 Lompoc lead. And Cabrillo will have 2 receivers here to the near side. And timeout called by the Conquistadors. It is their 2nd. Bucks will have 1 left here in the half. Clock stopped with 3:54 remaining until halftime, with the Braves on top 49-0.
Channel Week 10 singles title yesterday.
What else is going on in Lompoc? Do you have any young actors in your family? The Lompoc Recreation Division, along with the Lompoc Youth Theater folks, we would like you to know that registration is open right now for their winter production of the Great Big Holiday Bake-Off. Sounds like fun. Children from kindergarten through 8th grade are eligible. Performance is scheduled for Saturday, December 14th. So if you'd like to get someone in your family involved with that, you can call the Rec Division at 875-8100 for more information. Pass out here to the left, incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10. 3:52 on the second quarter clock. James Mayfield back in for the Conquistadors. And he will come wide to the near side. From under center is Ramos. Lombrana up the middle. Got maybe a yard.
Perhaps a skosh.
You can't do skoshes tonight, so we're going to give him a yard. Or maybe 3/4 of a yard or half a yard or something. We're going to call it 3rd and 9, regardless, with 3.5 remaining until halftime.
Be particular.
Mayfield back out. Hunter Barthel back in. Two receivers here to the near side for the Conquistadors. One up top. Ramos from the shotgun. Now we got 3 wide left. Pass complete to Bunnock. And he'll get out to about the 13.
And the pursuit by this Lompoc defense tonight has been incredible.
Gain of about 3. It'll be 4th down and 6. And another punting situation for the Conquistadors.
Certainly seems that way. Dickerson is back at the Cabrillo 40.
Morales will be punting from inside his end zone. The Braves came after the last punt. We'll see if they put pressure on this one.
Which is always interesting if you're a coach. Having your punter kick from inside the goal line.
And a flag will fly as the snap starts, and it'll be a flat start.
And I think that may have benefited the Conquistadors because that was a very high snap.
So they will mark 5 yards off against the Conquistadors and move the ball back to 7-ish. And now just inside the end line is Ornelas. 9 yards deep in his own end zone. Good snap this time. Braves going after it. Can't get the block. Kick is away. Fair caught by Dickerson did not catch. Yes, he did. I thought he called for a fair catch, but he took off running. But he made the catch at the 41-yard line. That's where they put it at the 40, it looks like. So that's where the Braves will take over. 1st and 10 with 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Ornelas did a nice acting job in the end zone. It did not draw a flag, and then
did a nice job actually getting away. He was under duress, that's for sure. It's 49-0 Braves, and they've got 2:11 to see if they can add to that before halftime.
And they could have.
They're going to mark 5 yards off against the
Braves. Probably against Dickerson for delay of game.
For running after the fair catch call. So
running after the fair
that will give the coaches something else to talk to Joker about. It'll be 1st and 10 Braves from their 45-yard line.
From the Cabrillo 45.
Yes, indeed. 3 receivers set for the Braves. 1 left, 2 right. Ross from the shotgun looks to throw. Complete to Ryan Morgan on the far side. He'll get down to about the 32 before he's tackled.
If the coaches in Wyoming are not excited about him showing up in the fall, next year they need to have their heads again.
They just aren't paying attention. Clock running, 2 minutes remaining here till halftime. It's 1st and 10 Braves now after that completion. Down to the 33. 2 receivers, wide right. Sheldon Canley takes the handoff, gets to the far side, stiff arms one guy, and gets run out of bounds at about the 25.
Well, I'm not sure if he got run over. I think the line was there when he was in the process of running somebody over.
Well, anyway you want to phrase it, he's out of bounds on the far sideline. And they'll put it, and they've got another flag. Personal foul, Conquistadors.
That they did not need.
That's the running out of bounds things I was just talking about. And that's going to give the Braves some free yardage.
Indeed.
Move the ball down to the 15, just inside the 15, actually. It'll be first down Braves from there with 1:44 left on the first half clock. 49-0 Lompoc lead, and they're 15 yards away from adding some to that.
Sure, AJ would agree with me that the Braves don't need any help tonight.
That is true.
Towns
in motion. Up the middle goes Canley, I believe, inside the 5 to about the 3. Is that Sheldon?
I believe so.
And a little more chippiness going on down there. I think we've got another flag down.
Yeah.
And this is just amazing. The flags and the penalties we've had so far tonight. And zebra huddle at the 15.
The failure of brain activation
is running rampant.
Running rampant out there. That was
waiting for the call here, and here we come.
It was thrown.
Another personal foul against Cabrillo, personal foul against Lompoc, offsetting this time. And some serious chippiness going on down there. Timeout, Conquistadors. And I think the Conks coaches might want to talk about that before I mentioned chippiness. 1:36 left in the second quarter. 49-0 Braves. We've got a timeout on the field. When we come back, it'll be second down and 1, I believe, for the Braves from the Cabrillo 5. And it's, I know it's the big game, guys, and it's a rivalry and all that, but you got to use your heads. Remember, these guys are your friends. So let's talk about something else.
I remember when it used to be that if you got a penalty in the big game, you did some running.
I know it's early to talk about it yet, but we're going to tell you anyway because it's important. Because not only do we wear a KPEG radio shirt, we also wear a TAP TV hat around here as well. And we're going to be doing our annual coverage of the Children's Holiday Season Parade, which is scheduled this year for Friday, December 6th. We don't cover that one live, but we record it and we'll replay it the rest of the month of December on TAP TV channel 23. So please go down to the parade and enjoy the festivities, and then check out the replay on TAP TV 23 for the month of December.
Have your picture taken with Tappy on the side of the truck.
Second and 1, and run right up the middle for the Braves. It's short of the goal line to the 1. It'll be a first and goal, however. I think that was Sheldon Canley again on the carry.
I believe so.
And they'll get down to the 1. First and goal from there. 1:20 and counting after the first quarter. First and goal, Braves from the 1.
And I would be very surprised if Canley did not get a repeat engagement.
And there he is, Sheldon Canley with the ball on a quick pitch. Touchdown, Lompoc. At the 1:03 mark here in the second quarter, the Braves have now upped the score to 55-0 with the point after coming up. In what has been a overpowering, dominant performance by the blue and white so far this evening. Bradley Waite to hold for Aldo Anguiano once again. Good hold there by Wade on a low snap, but the kick is away and good. So with 1:03 left here till halftime, our score is now Lompoc 56, Cabrillo nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
100.9.
What he said. That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio. Thanks for joining us tonight here at 100.9 FM and KPEGradio.com. Appreciate you tuning in.
Brigadier and St. Joseph tied at 7 in the third quarter. Santa Maria trailing Pioneer Valley 6-0 at the half. Templeton leading Latomo 14-6 at the half. Paso Robles leading Atascadero 27-7 at the half. Santa Barbara up 14-7 on DP in the second quarter. San Luis blowing away Morro Bay 35-7 in the second quarter. San Marcos and Santa Ynez leading 21-14 in the first quarter, according to our latest number. And we have a final. Mission College Prep defeated Campbell Hall 56-29.
Kickoff. Picked up at the 5-yard line, returned out to the 20. Barthel on the return. You mentioned there was some cooking going on at that St. Joe Rigetti game, Mike.
Yes. I heard a rumor that the St. Joe Booster Club was grilling 800 pounds of tri-tip.
800 pounds.
Sounds like a good place to be.
Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't want to be anywhere but here right now at Hawk Stadium for the big game. Cabrillo on offense, 1st and 10 from their 20 with 58 seconds left here until halftime.
Well, there is a tri-tip here, too.
That's true. Ramos rolls right, throws, pass, incomplete.
Cabrillo's
Guillory, the intended receiver.
10th possession.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 54.3 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20 for the Cox.
And I would be a bit surprised if we saw anything except 4 offensive plays here in Peru.
Ramos back to pass on 2nd down. Throws this one. Complete? No. Yes. Complete, but tackled immediately at the 24. Bonick on the catch. It'll be 3rd down and about 7 for the Conquistadors. Clock running with 35 seconds remaining. The ball now to 24.
Inside of 25 seconds.
Looks like Cabrillo will get one play off before the half. McNamee wide left. Ramos back to pass, throwing deep down the far sideline into a crowd. And this one will be intercepted at the 40. Joe Schumer with the pick, and he'll go out of bounds on the far sideline. That's not the first time Schumer's had multiple interceptions this year. A few games ago, he had 3 of them in one night. This one will give the Braves the ball 1st down at their own 39-yard line, it looks like, with 6.2 seconds remaining. I would kind of expect a kneel down here from the Braves.
Might see, well, I don't know. We might see Bradley Waite at quarterback.
I would not be surprised to see Bradley under center for the Braves in the second half. You are right. Right now, we got Kevin Ross still out on there for Lompoc. He'll get under center and probably can't imagine they're going to try anything.
Can't imagine they'll try anything really exciting.
Sheldon Canley with a little delayed draw will pick up about 1, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. 24 minutes complete here at Hawk Stadium in Big Game 2019, and it's been all Braves. It's Lompoc 56, Cabrillo nothing. So we are going to send you back to the KPEG studios for some pertinent information on things going on around the Lompoc Valley, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes for half number 2, folks. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. See you.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. KPEG listeners, have we got a deal for you? Now, we know you enjoy hearing all of our great music and special programming, but how would you like to hear yourself on your favorite radio station? Too good to be true, you say? No way. If you are a dedicated KPEG fan, you're invited to stop by the studio and record your very own station ID or tribute. We'll add it to our rotation, so when you tune into KPEG, you just might hear yourself on the air. Give us a call at 875-2750. That's 875-2750, and we'll tell you how. It's simple, it's fun, it's free, and it's right here on Lompoc's very own 100.9 KPEG. The Lompoc Library is once again offering free homework help. The Homework Club is held in the Children's Department of the Lompoc Library and is available to all students kindergarten through 12th grade. A volunteer tutor is there to help every Tuesday and Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 throughout the school year. Homework Club is a drop-in program, so there is no need to register. For more information on the Homework Club, call the Lompoc Library at 875-8781. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage. But the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over... Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's big game, the Lompoc Braves versus the Cabrillo Conquistadors. The Braves will start their Division 5 playoff run next week, with the opponent and location to be announced on Sunday. Tune in to KPEG on Monday when we'll let you in on the details. But whoever and wherever the Braves play, KPEG Radio will be there to bring you all of the exciting playoff action. Pre-game begins at 6:45 and features our exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones, followed by the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Lompoc Braves in round 1 of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs next Friday night. And it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Fire, flood, hazardous spills, active shooter, extreme weather. In Santa Barbara County, there are things you need to know. If we can't reach you, we can't alert you. Sign up for Santa Barbara County Emergency Alerts today. To receive alerts via email, cell, and landline, sign up online at www.awareandprepare.org. Or for limited emergency information, text your zip code to 888-777 because you need to know.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc. Let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. Need homework help? Our Lompoc Library has you covered with Homework Club. Join us every Tuesday and Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Looking for something fun to do this fall in Lompoc? Our Recreation Division has something for everyone. Check out the Fall Activity Guide online on our city website's Recreation page. December is still a ways off, but our Recreation Division is already accepting applications for the Christmas Parade and Santa visits. Visit our City of Lompoc website at cityoflompoc.com for more information on these programs and events and more. And be sure to follow the City of Lompoc on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for all of the latest news in the city. Thanks for joining us for this City of Lompoc news update. We'll talk to you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
So, you want to know what's new on KPEG? Well, we've created the perfect solution, and we call it KPEG New Tracks. Every week, we'll showcase some of the new songs we've recently added to the mix, plus preview some tracks that haven't even made it into rotation yet. From indie to heavy metal, you'll hear some great new additions to the library, complete with artist and song title information. And who knows, one of them may turn out to be your next favorite song. Can you afford not to listen? It's KPEG New Tracks. Catch it every Friday night at 6 p.m. right here on your home for the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet, 100.9 KPEG.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I shop and cook for my mom every week. I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so you can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's big game, the Lompoc Braves versus the Cabrillo Conquistadors. The Braves will start their Division 5 playoff run next week, with the opponent and location to be announced on Sunday. Tune in to KPEG on Monday when we'll let you in on the details. But whoever and wherever the Braves play, KPEG Radio will be there to bring you all of the exciting playoff action. Pre-game begins at 6:45 and features our exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones, followed by the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Lompoc Braves in round 1 of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs next Friday night. And it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Hi, I'm Casey Farah, your host for KPEG's Local Music Hour. Playing music from Lompoc and the surrounding cities. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Right here on KPEG 100.9 FM.
Make a difference in your community and apply to be on the grand jury of Santa Barbara County. The grand jury investigates county government, municipalities, and special districts' use of your tax dollars. Jurors see the inner workings of government, not available to most people. And for the convenience of northern Santa Barbara County grand jurors, video conferencing is now available in Santa Maria. Apply today at sbcgj.org or pick up an application at any Santa Barbara County courthouse.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is Tap TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you'll see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with rockin' KPEG radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
Well, welcome back to Hawk Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, where the Lompoc Braves lead the Cabrillo Conquistadors in the big game, 56-0 at halftime. Mike,
not a whole lot to say.
You got some numbers to share with us?
Well, the big one is a big 5, 6, and a 0.
I would expect that we're going to see some substitutions on the Braves side at least.
Yeah.
There's speculation of a running clock here to start the third quarter.
The Cabrillo offensive production has been both offensive and not.
I believe Cabrillo has a total of about 38 total yards in offense for the first half.
Something like that.
According to our good friend Elliot Stern from the Central Coast newspaper. Appreciate him helping us out. Calvin Ross with almost 250 yards passing.
Yeah. And then
Sheldon County right around 100 yards already.
A couple touchdowns at least.
Yeah.
It has not been an evenly played game. And it could be worse.
It could be.
Lompoc fumbled inside the 10. Going in for a touchdown. They also had a fourth down attempt inside the 10 and come up with 0 points. So
do not adjust your radio dial, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed 56-0. Lompoc leads tonight. There's nothing wrong with your dial.
Yep.
Good news for the Conquistadors. They will be receiving the second half kickoff.
Yep. This is the second half of this game is going to decide a number of things. I have a feeling there's some playing time early next year when we replay this game early in the season.
Yes.
Very early in the season for reasons that only CIF can understand.
We are just getting word that we do, in fact, have a running clock to start the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of clean-looking uniforms for the Braves.
129 yards.
Anguiano with the kickoff. A little shorter this time, fielded at the 8. And a big, strong tackle at the 21-yard line. Monick on the return.
And Elliot is just let me know that Mr. Barthel has had 129 yards in kickoff returns in the first half.
Wow. The Conquistadors will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line to start things off here in the second half. We need to keep an eye on that Santa Barbara Dos Pueblos game as best as we can, too, Mike. If DP could pull off an upset, that would make a 3-way tie for the league championship. The double pass. Guillory throws incomplete, trying to get that one back to Ramos. Ramos throws to Guillory. Guillory throws to Ramos, incomplete. So the trickery still coming out for the Conquistadors. Didn't work out quite as the way they drew it up. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
That was kind of razzle-dazzle, quick step. Hold.
2 receivers to either side for the Conquistadors. Ramos from the shotgun, under pressure, gets hit as he throws, and this one will go sailing onto the track for an incompletion. Speaking of the track, I was discussing some things pregame with some folks around the stadium, and as I understand it, the stadium retrofit here at Hawk Stadium is going to begin the very day after the last game of this season.
That is the understanding that I have as well.
And 6 to 7 months later, it's supposed to be done. Back to pass on third down is Ramos. Under pressure, throws it on the run, incomplete.
He was trying to get that in the general direction of McNamee, and
Judd Rance back there wreaking havoc in the backfield for the Braves, as he always does. Forces the incompletion. It'll be fourth down, 3 and out for the Conks here in their first possession of the third quarter.
Let's see. St. Joe up on Rigetti 15-7 in the fourth quarter. Paso Robles leading Atascadero 34-7 in the fourth quarter. Templeton leading Napomo 21-16 in the fourth quarter. San Ynez up 34-21 on San Marcos in the fourth quarter. Pioneer Valley now trailing Santa Maria 7-6 in the third quarter. Santa Barbara up 14-7 on Dos Pueblos in the third quarter. San Luis Obispo leading Morro Bay 50-7 in the third quarter. And as we mentioned earlier, Mission Prep beat Campbell Hall 56-29.
Punt taken by Joker Dickerson at the 50 and returned down to the 37-yard line of the Conquistadors. That's where the Braves will take over first and 10. Clock running, approaching 8 minutes left here in the third. As mentioned, we are in a running clock for the duration of the game. 56-0 is our Braves lead. Kevin Ross still calling the signals for the Braves. Quick pass over to Morgan. He'll get down to about the 30. I guess Coach Jones wants his starters to get some work in preparation for next week.
Well,
gain of about 6.
Ross is a freshman.
Well, at the 31, second and 4 for the Braves. One receiver up top, 2 here to the new side. Ross from the shotgun. Sheldon Canley sprints to the end zone. Goodbye. Touchdown, Braves. Sheldon Canley just put on an exhibition of speed. You can get a ticket for that if you're driving. But that was something. He gets to full speed in about 2 steps, and he's gone.
Maybe a step and a half.
Mm-hmm. 31 yards later, Canley in the end zone, and it's 62-0. Anguiano to kick. Wait with the hold. Kick is away, and good. 7:09, clock stop on a score. And it's now Lompoc 63, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
100.9.
That's Mike, my bilingual partner. I'm Greg. Judy's back to the studio. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being with us. Don't forget, we'll be back on the air 1 week from tonight, wherever and against whoever the Braves end up playing in round 1 of the Division 5 playoffs.
In a galaxy far, far away. Mm-hmm. More than likely.
Current rankings in D5 show Culver City, Oxnard, Glendora, St. Paul, Yorba Linda, Diamond Ranch, here in Pomona, Chino Hills, San Bernardino, St. Bonaventure, Etiwanda, Citrus Hill, and then you get down to Lompoc at number 12.
Yeah. Canley, by the way, according to the latest Elliott Stern figures, on 18 carries has 297 yards and 5 touchdowns.
That's a reasonable night's work.
Yeah, that'll get you an attaboy.
Kickoff returned out to the 29. That's where the Conquistadors will take over. First and 10. Clock running. 6:40 remaining here in the third. So one of those 11 teams that I just mentioned to you will be Lompoc's
more than likely
foe a week from tonight.
Yeah, and as you notice, not a lot of them were real close.
Pass complete to McNamee, his first catch of the night, breaks a tackle, and gets run out of bounds at about the 40.
And that's going to be a Cabrillo first down.
It is, which 11 yards out to the 40. No penalty flags, the chains will move. Cabrillo first down.
You haven't seen all that many of those either tonight.
Yeah, going back to the playoffs, the closest city that of the 11 we just named is Oxnard. And the rest of them are considerably farther away than that. First and 10, Cabrillo under pressure. Throw is incomplete.
That was a bounce pass. It was fortunate to be a bounce pass because otherwise it would have been a slam dunk at the other end.
Ramos, under severe duress, had to dump that one off. Luke Gardner was in his face. It'll be second and 10, Cabrillo from their own 40. Clock continues to run as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. 63-0 is the score. Lompoc has led from the opening gun. Ramos looking right, throws complete. Ooh, and hit hard.
Yeah. Bonick got boned.
Coleman hit him hard at the 44 to stop forward progress. Gain of about 4. It'll be third and 6 from the 44.
There was an abundance of ones on that one. One threw it to 11. Got hit by 1 and 21. Pickup of about 5. Call it 4.
It'll be a third down and 6. 2 receivers to either side for the Conquistadors. Ramos from the shotgun, looking to pass. Throws this one incomplete. McNamee tried to make the diving catch and couldn't quite get a hand on it.
Yeah, over on the near sideline. Just past the 50.
Fourth down and 6 for Cabrillo. I wonder if you're in 4-down territory here for the Conks. Why not? 3:45 left here in the third quarter. And the Conquistadors will, in fact, go for it on fourth down. They'll send 3 receivers left. 1 right. Ramos takes a shot.
Ooh.
Quick pass out to the far side. Complete. Lambrana tried to get some blocking and couldn't get enough. He's down at the 46.
And when you say Ramos took a shot, he took a shot both offensively and defensively.
Turnover on downs by the Braves. It'll be first and 10 Lompoc from the Conquistador 46. Clock running. We have 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. It's 63-0 Lompoc. We'll see if Coach Jones continues to play his starters, or maybe they'll pull him for the fourth. Two receivers here to the near side, one up top. Kevin Ross still at quarterback for the Braves. Straight up the middle goes the run play down to about the 44.
Tyler Rounds picked up the yard of the middle.
And I take it back. We've got Bradley Waite at quarterback for the Braves. There we go. Thought we might see him pretty soon. Second down and 9 after gain of 1. Waite from the shotgun. Looking to pass. Throws right. And is that complete? Incomplete. Off the turf, incomplete at the 42.
Didn't see who he was trying to get that to, but
third and a long 8 or a short 9, either way you want to look at it, as we approach a minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. Very quickly running down this third quarter clock. Wade from the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left.
And he's going to take it himself and give about a yard and a half, maybe 2.
Yeah, Wade will get down to about the 43. Going to be about 4th down and 7.
Something like that.
Give or take an inch or 2 from the 43. See what the Braves elect to do here. And offsetting personal fouls here again.
Again, that's the third time at least.
Yes. I think they would have gotten over that by now. But I guess not. But with that, the last 20 seconds of the timeout called by the Braves. Okay, well, the clock was about to run out on the third quarter, and the Braves have called timeout. Sponsors, once again, thank you so much to all of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible. We appreciate them being with us tonight and all season long. Our friends at the Box Shop, Branson's Embroidery and Gifts, Frederick Quality Plumbing, the Surf Connection, and Tom's Burgers. Thank you so much to each and every one of our sponsors for their undying support of what we do here and local sports. Thank you very much, guys.
And local radio.
Yep. Again, we will be back on the air next week at 7 o'clock for Game 1 of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs, featuring the Lompoc Braves and somebody.
Yes. And players to be named later.
Yes.
Speaking of to be named later, I understand that sometime in the not too distant future there will be an announcement involving KPEG.
Bradley Wade throwing down the far sideline, incomplete at the 10. The ball was there, but well defended by the Conquistadors as the Braves go for it on 4th down. And they'll turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 for the Conks at their own 44. And that will bring the third quarter to an end. With our score, Lompoc 63, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. What else can we tell you about? We've got a whole list of things. Here's a good one. Lompoc Valley Chamber of Commerce will be involved in their annual Small Business Saturday, which is in association with the Shop Local, Shop Small, in support of local small businesses. That's going to be happening on Saturday, November 30th. If you'd like to get involved as a business, or you just want more information as a consumer as to where you can go to help, call the Chamber at 736-4567. To learn more about Small Business Saturday.
And we'll see if Cabrillo is able to get in position to run a play on the Braves side of the field tonight. They do pick up a couple on a running play up the middle.
Mongrana on the carry to the 45.
Well, maybe one.
Give him one. 2nd and 9. Cabrillo has not had the ball on the Lompoc side of the field all night. Is that correct?
That is what I believe.
2nd and 9 from their own 45. Clock running. We are underway here in the 4th and final quarter. In our running clock, we have 11:27 remaining in the game. Cabrillo will send 2 receivers wide to either side.
They are at their own 45s. And that did not go.
1, 2, 3, 4 blue jerseys all over that run. Hillary on the carry. And no gain on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 9.
2 running plays, and the result of those 2 has been forward progress of about half a foot. And it's kind of been descriptive
kind of the story tonight.
Yeah.
2 receivers right for the Cons. Ramos fakes the handoff, rolls right, throws on the run, bounces that one in, incomplete.
And he had a brave right in his face.
Robeson, the intended receiver. And it's 4th and 9. Clock continues to run, approaching the 10-minute mark. Cabrillo offense staying on the field. James Mayfield will come back in as Hunter Barthel comes out.
Yeah, the Mayfield-Barthel transition working again. We are seeing some subs in there on the Lompoc defense.
4 receiver set, and Ramos is going to get sacked.
By one of them.
Frank Lopez of the Braves in there to make the stop. Back at the 39-yard line for a loss of 6. And the Braves will take over on downs at that point. 1st and 10 Lompoc from the Cabrillo 39. 9.5 left on the 4th quarter clock. The Braves lead 63-0. Bradley Waite will come back out to lead the Braves here in this possession. You'll have a receiver to the left, 2 to the right.
14th possession of the Braves.
Waite will fake the handoff, keep it himself, and will get a yard or so before Durham yanks him back.
A yard and a Durham wallop.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Braves from the Cabrillo 38. Inside 9 minutes remaining on the clock. It's been all Braves tonight, 63-0 for the blue and white. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Great. From the shotgun. Rounds will take it. He's going to get wrapped up for no gain. Maybe a yard forward progress. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it for Tyler Rounds. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Braves.
Unless he picked up a little bit while being twirled around like a baton.
We've reached the 8-minute mark on this one. Braves in no hurry. Cabrillo would like to make the clock go even faster, I think. 3 receivers set for the Braves. Wait from under center. Takes the handoff, rolls right. Looking to throw on the run. Throws incomplete. Intended for Gavin Towns. Cade McNamee chased down Bradley Waite on the run, forced that errant throw. And it'll be 4th down and 9 for the Braves. Clock running, 7:25 remaining here in the 4th. And the Braves looking at 4th and 9. Looks like the offense will stay out.
Yeah. If Templeton manages to hold on in that game up north, they will finish the season 9-1.
Nice job, Eagles. Wait, back to pass. Dumps this one off deep down the far sideline and hit as he was throwing, and this one will fall incomplete at the 10.
I think his follow through on that throw was while he was in a prone position.
But Bradley Waite up, no worse for wear, and Cabrillo will take over 1st and 10 as the Braves turn it over on downs. The ball at their own 38-yard line. 6.5 remaining here in the game.
Cabrillo's 14th possession.
So they haven't found the 50-50 yet. Running clock situation with 6 minutes left to go. I thought
There's some confusion. They haven't done the 50-50 drilling yet, and the game's almost over, so they weren't. It doesn't usually end this quickly, so they got to get that done in a hurry. Okay, so Cabrillo on offense, 1st and 10 with 6 minutes remaining, halfway through the 4th and final quarter. Ramos under center, hands off up the middle. Gain of about 2, maybe.
That was as hard fought a yardage as you're going to see.
And that was Trey Robinson on the carry out to the 40, gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Cabrillo still has yet to take a snap on the Lompoc side of the 50. They have 1 first down. It wasn't caused by penalty. 2nd and 8. 3 receivers to the left, 1 up top. High snap. Ramos will get it on the bounce. And now chucks it down the field, and it'll be incomplete. Intended for Michael Guillory. He was in the general vicinity anyway. And Hunter Barthel over there as well.
And he chucked that from about the 35?
About the 25, yeah.
25.
He was did well to actually get that. It took a favorable bounce right back up to him where he could get a hold of it, turn around, and heave it down the field to avoid the sack. But
and it was a heave. It wasn't a throw.
Yeah, he just heaved it. 3rd down and 8 from the 40-yard line. Clock running, 4.5 remaining. In a 63-0 Lompoc lead.
3rd and 8. For Cabrillo.
2 receivers to the right, 1 up top. Quick pass to Barthel. He picked it up. It looked like it. I'm not sure if that was a backward pass or not. Was that a lateral? Or did they? It's either incomplete or a completion and a fumble recovery. They're going to call it a completed pass and a fumble because they're marking it at the 34. So now it's 4th down. 4th and about 16.
And that's not progress in the direction that Cabrillo wanted to make.
3.5 minutes to go. 3 receivers up top as Cabrillo will lead the offense on. 5 receivers set for the Braves as Ramos is by himself in the backfield. Throws this one deep up the middle, and this one will be incomplete, and a flag is going to come out. Hunter Barthel got interfered with. Demetrius Dickerson had an arm on him, and he didn't have to do that, I don't think, because I don't think Hunter was going to get there. But the pass interference is going to
get them close to Braves territory.
Well, it's not a spot foul like it would be in the pros or anything. It's the line of scrimmage is back at the 34. So I don't think this is even going to be enough for a first down.
We'll allow them to replay the down, however.
Yeah, it is a first down. They move it to the 49-yard line, the Cabrillo 49, and that will move the chains. 1st and 10 Conquistadors with 2.5 to go. So the Conks with a little life here, and a flag comes in before this snap gets underway. Let's see what this is about. Illegal substitution against the Conquistadors.
Yeah.
Nothing going all right. Move the ball back to the 44-yard line, and the Conquistadors will call a timeout to stop the clock with 2:09 left. 63-0 is the score. Cabrillo wants to try and pull something off to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, I think, before this one's over. So while we have a break in the action here, we want to thank our sponsors one more time. They've been with us for 11 consecutive games now this year, and we want to thank them one more time. The Box Shop, Branson's Embroidery, Frederick Crawley Plumbing, Surf Connection, and Tom's. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors for their continued support this year and every year. First and 10, Conks. Ooh, hard hit at the line of scrimmage, and up to about the 45.
Just did get about half a yard.
Guillory, I think, was the ball carrier at that time, up to the 46. Second down, Conks. Second and about 13. Clock running, 1:40 remaining. One receiver to the right. Full house for the Conquistadors. Durham bounces his way out to the 49.
Over the right side. And
good to see him back in action after that little injury he had in the first half. Third down. Third and 10 for the Conquistadors from the Brave 49 as we have 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. Cabrillo trying to get into Lompoc territory at least for the first time tonight.
I'll line it up for the second time from the 49 of Cabrillo.
Inside a minute to go. Hunter Barthel goes wide to the right. Ramos under center, 3-step drop, throws this one down the middle home to nobody.
Threw it to the invisible man who...
I think that might have been a mix-up in routes.
Well, we have a Cabrillo player down just past the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure who that was, but that was a good 20 yards past everybody.
Everybody, even the defense. So we have a Cabrillo player injured at the 45, stopping the clock with 31.9 seconds remaining. Let's see if we can figure out who this is. Training staff out there very quickly to take a look. That's number 21. Trey Robeson being attended to.
With 31.5 seconds remaining.
That's the last thing you want to see at this stage of the game. Another injury.
Yeah. Any stage of the game, but especially egregious.
We've gotten through it so far this evening. Everybody who's been injured has gotten back into the game at one point or another, so that's so good. We hope the same for Trey as well. Although with 31.9 seconds remaining, I doubt he'll be back at all.
We've got some sword-wielding Conquistador band members below us here.
They're off to competition tomorrow, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Had a wonderful halftime performance, as they always do.
Mm-hmm.
And Robeson will be assisted to his feet. And will be assisted to the sideline, favoring one leg.
Hope it's not serious and hope it heals quickly.
Indeed. So as they take Robeson over to the bench, we'll go back to the field. It's 4th down and 10 for the Conquistadors from their own 49-yard line. Clock will start on the snap, apparently. No, they're going to wind it right now. Clock running, 30 seconds to go. 5 receivers for Cabrillo. Ramos back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws this one across the middle, complete. Lombrana's got it complete at the 31-yard line.
And if they hurry, they can get a snap off in Braves territory.
They have timeouts, and they're going to use one. 11.3 seconds remaining. Cabrillo will stop the clock. They have 1 timeout remaining. So Cabrillo definitely wants to try and get on the board here before this one's over. And they've got 1, maybe 2 shots at it. It's 1st and 10. Cabrillo from the Braves 32. The first time the Conquistadors have been in Lompoc territory all night long. And the music is still playing. A lot of the fans still here, sticking around for the end of this one, despite the lopsided score. It is the big game now.
Despite the fact that they ran out of tri-tip sandwiches.
How many pounds of tri-tip did you say they were making this into?
I don't know how much they had here. Over at the St. Joe Rigetti game, they had 800 pounds. So.
That's a lot of bull, Mike.
Yeah.
Ramos rolling, throws, puts this one into the end zone. Incomplete, almost caught at the goal line.
Yep, just knocked loose.
And that will end it. The Braves take one. The Cabrillo Conquistadors take one final shot at the end zone and come up empty. So this one's over. Big game 2019 is in the books, and it's Lompoc 63, Cabrillo nothing. And it was not that close.
No. And I think we can state definitively that next week's game will be a lot closer.
Uh-huh.
At least in terms of score. In terms of distance.
Distance is not quite so close, no. Both teams out there congratulating one another at the 50-yard line. That's a sportsmanlike thing to do, even after we had some unsportsmanlike penalties through the course of the game. When it's over, we're all still friends, and that's what counts.
We're all still denizens of the valley.
We're all still neighbors, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
Mike, Braves from start to finish tonight. The Braves are going to finish up league at 4-1. Cabrillo will drop to 0-5.
Yeah, you kind of wish you could have seen the intensity and focus we saw tonight all year.
The Braves came out swinging, and they executed very well.
Things probably would have been different.
Well, what will be different is next week, because the playoffs are going to start, as we said. Division 5 playoffs start next week. The Braves will be involved. To what extent and where, we have yet to find out. The CIF brackets will be posted about noon on Sunday. Stay tuned to KPEG Radio. We'll start announcing that on Monday.
If I had to guess, I'd start putting pins in the map as far from here as you possibly can get.
Yeah. There's some teams that are a long way from here. We may very well be traveling 200 miles or more to Lompoc this Friday night. So wherever it is, we're going to be there. And the Braves are right now down on the field hoisting the big game trophy in victory tonight. One more year that the big game trophy will stay in the Lompoc trophy room.
So you're ready for Yorba Linda, right?
It could be. Again, Culver City, Oxnard, Glendora, St. Paul, Yorba Linda, Pomona, Chino Hills, San Bernardino, St. Bonnie, Etiwanda, or Citrus Hill, which is in Paris, by the way, and Paris is a long way from here.
St. Bonnie wouldn't be too bad. Culver City wouldn't be too shabby.
I'd take St. Bonnie or Culver City or Oxnard. Any one of those would probably be my choice, at least for distance traveled.
Yeah.
But wherever it is, we're going to go, folks. Don't worry. KPEG will be there for you.
As always.
All right. So we're going to wrap it up here from Houck Stadium this evening. For Judy Baker back in the studio and for Mike Loney to my right, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for being with us for our last 11 broadcasts. It's been fun, and we're not done yet.
And our last 24 years.
Yeah, 24 years. Can you believe it? All right, for all those folks, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We will see you next week from who knows where. Our final score here at Houck Stadium, Lompoc 63, Cabrillo nothing. Now we're going to send you back to the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet, bar none. KPEG 100.9 FM.
100.9, Lompoc, California.
Good night, everybody.
Hi, this is Cabrillo head coach AJ Pateras. Listen to Conquistador Football right here on 100.9 KPEG.
Hi, this is head coach Andrew Jones of the Lompoc Braves. Listen to Braves football right here